Welcome to the December edition of SWIS Campus News. I'm your hostess, Helen. As Christmas approaches, signaling the closure of Semester 1, December saw a multitude of events taking place at the SWIS community, ranging from tournaments organized by the PE department, concerts from the music department, the winter celebration, and many more. Now let's take a look at some of our most memorable highlights. The past 2 weeks have been a busy period for our music department. Following extensive preparations, the annual festive concert, featuring nearly 200 student performers from after-school ensembles, choirs and dance teams across the MYP and PYP curriculums, was held at the SWIS Theatre on November the 24th. Rock bands from the MYP also performed at the SWIS Theatre on December the 1st. Both events provided excellent opportunities for students to showcase their learning outcomes and to display the IB learner attributes they have acquired throughout the process. Each semester, the SWIS Music Department showcases their young performers who have chosen to join an after-school group and commit themselves to weekly rehearsals, with a concert in the SWIS Theatre for the SWIS community of students, parents, staff and friends. In November, the festive concert, and in May, the summer concert. This year, the festive concert featured nearly 200 student performers from across the PYP and MYP divisions. Groups that made up the concert were the Chinese ensemble, concert band, string orchestra, the PYP, grades 1 to 3, 3 to 5, MYP and parent choirs, along with the dance team. This event allows for an excellent platform for students to display their IB learner profile attributes of being communicators, being open-minded, being risk-takers, and being balanced.
There were altogether 5 rock bands that performed, one team from each grade. All of them presented exciting music and songs with their full passion in it. The grade 6 group, named Hollow Days, although being quite new and inexperienced to this, still impressed everyone with the famous song Sparks Fly. Then, Not Yet from grade 7 did an amazing cover of Demons. The Little Red Rocking Hoods from grade 8 performed a couple of songs by 21 Pilots, bringing everyone a short period of serenity in this overall loud performance. Following that, Care J's from grade 9 ignited the theater again. Finally, the grade 10s, also known as 10.4, were on the stage. Many of them have been stars in the SWIS community. Again, they brought us new surprises with a couple of new songs from a variety of styles. The performance ended in rounds of applause from the audience, which was the best reward for the performers' efforts.
On Friday, November the 25th, 35 children from the grades 3 to 5 choir performed at the Shangri-La Hotel in Futian as part of its Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Directed by Ms. Sherry Liu, the performance was of tremendous success and received enthusiastic response from those attending the event.
On Friday, November 25th, 35 children from the grade 3, 4, and 5 choir arrived in Futian, where they performed at the Shangri-La Hotel at the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony. The children sang for 20 minutes on stage to a packed hotel foyer of VIP guests and spectators, and were amongst a varied group of performers, including bubble dancers, Santa Clauses, and a giant Christmas log cake.
The first Chinese Poetry Night, featuring poetry presentations from grade 10 students as part of the Unit 1 summative assessment, took place at the SWIS Theatre on Thursday, December the 2nd. The poems, centering around personal expressions, family and love, were presented in an innovative and creative manner.
The first ever SWIS Chinese Poetry Night was successfully held on Thursday, December the 2nd. Students from grade 10 put their greatest efforts forward to present different topics of poetry, such as family, love, self-expression, and friendship, based on what they learned and their life experiences. The event was linked to their unique about studying modern poetry. Reciting and writing poetry was originally a part of the summative assessment. However, the students brought it to the next level by organizing a poetry night, where they read, sang, and acted out the poetry they wrote by themselves. Through this event, the grade 10 students fully demonstrated the IB learner profile, from writing their own poetry to organizing the event, to rehearsing and final performance. Students displayed independent singing skills, creative communication skills, and cooperating skills, to name a few. Even though Chinese Poetry Night is new to SWIS, students show huge commitment and teamwork spirit. As a result, the audience was very impressed. Mr. Legault, the secondary principal, commented, "One does not even need to understand Chinese to know that students' performances were creative, meaningful, and transformative." The first grade 10 original poem collection was successfully published and supported by Chinese teachers. With this splendid performance and a collection of poetry, it drew an end to the unit. However, the grade 10 students were inspired by it and now discovering more creative ways to demonstrate their learning in the future.
KHOT, a group of basketball professionals from Hawaii, Greece, and China, came to SWIS on December the 1st to put on a freestyle basketball exhibition, interacting with SWIS students at the gymnasium.
KHOT came to SWIS on Thursday, 1st of December 2016 to put on a freestyle basketball exhibition interacting with SWIS students. MYP and PYP students were treated to a skillful and fascinating exhibition of freestyle basketball skills. Professionals from Hawaii, Greece, and China displayed excellent individual and teamwork performances to amaze students. We would like to thank KHOT for taking time from their world tour to engage SWIS students and staff.
Following months of regular rehearsals, students from the PYP division performed a musical production of Rumpus in the Forest.
On that day, PYP students performed a marvelous play called Rumpus in the Rainforest. This play was directed by Miss Charlotte. The students worked very hard during rehearsing every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. The costumes, set, music, and most of all the acting was outstanding. Many classmates, teachers, and parents came and watched the event. MYP students were also involved in this event by helping the PYP students with costumes, makeup, and other backstage management. The play was outstanding. The songs they sang were wonderful. The story they told was amazing. Overall, the production was a great success and everyone enjoyed watching the students perform.
The PRC swimming competition was hosted on December the 2nd with 13 schools from Macau, Guangdong, Dongguan, and Shenzhen, during which the SWIS team received the gold medal for overall performance, demonstrating exceptional performance and team spirit.
The PRC swimming competition was hosted on December the 3rd with 13 schools from Macau, Guangdong, Dongguan, and Shenzhen. The PRC swimming competition, that stands for Pearl River Conference, was opened in the SWIS swimming pool. Students from MYP and PYP swim team all joined for the competition. In a total of 29 swimmers, SWIS has won 17 golds, 12 silver, and 10 bronze. The LS has successfully won the competition as the overall champions. The under 11 team and under 14 team got the biggest points in first place, and the under 19 team came third. They couldn't have made it with great process in the last 4 years through hard training and commitment from swimmers and coaches. This was rewarded with a great results on the day.
Hi, Mr. Dell.
Hello.
What words would you use to describe the swimming competition?
Okay, the PRC swimming competition, I would say, is highly organised. We were fortunate to host it for the first time here. We couldn't do that without months of planning and the help from a lot of teachers. I'd also say it was highly competitive. Very high-level swimmers from the South China region.
Our school swimming team had a great success in the event. What is the meaning of the event to our school?
The first time we've hosted this event. It's from 21 schools in South China. We had 12 visiting schools, over 250 swimmers in the pool. It's the first time this has ever taken place, so it was a big event to bring people into SWIS and into the school, and actually to do as well as we did was just amazing.
Okay, so I think the swimmers, of course, they work really hard in the event. What is like their regular routine?
Swimmers are different from most people in school. Things are seasonal and they take time throughout the year. Swimmers, they do this all year round and usually more than 2-3 times a week. Most mornings, weekends, after school, it takes a lot of commitment. Some people swim in school time, especially in the PYP. They swim once a week within curriculum lessons, and others, they spend all the extra time that they put in, as I said. They put in the hard work.
So thank you very much, Mr. Dell.
Okay, thank you very much.
The Scholastic Book Fair was a roaring success. For 2 days, the Swiss library was buzzing with excited Swiss students eager to buy their favorite books. The highlight of the book fair was a visit by the beloved mouse Geronimo Stilton.
The Scholastic's book fair was a roaring success. For 2 days, the library was buzzing with excited Swiss students eager to buy their favorite books. The highlight of the book fair was a visit by the beloved mouse Geronimo Stilton. There is nothing quite like a new book to inspire reading or a visit by an author and illustrator to inspire writing and drawing. Author and illustrator Suzanne Bloom touched the heart of each and every PYP child at SWIS on Tuesday with her delightful story, A Splendid Friend Indeed. Susan's skill as an illustrator was on show as she transformed canvas after canvas, incorporating suggestions from the children in her creative drawings, such as a snappy artwork based on the ideas of the grade 2 and 3 children.
Hosted by the Swiss Parent-Teacher Association, the annual winter celebration took place on the 10th of December at the open field.
On the 10th of December, the annual winter celebration took place at SWIS. Winter celebration is one of the biggest events at SWIS, as well as one of the most popular. The winter celebration is also a fundraising activity for students to raise funds to support orphanages, rural areas, and schools. As we see here, SWIS students and parents are not the only people engaged in this event. Third-party visitors were also involved in the celebration. The winter celebration is not only about buying and selling, it's also a place to show off talents. Students perform on stage, including dancing, singing, and acting. Overall, Winter Celebration 2016 was very successful.
And that concludes the December edition of SWIS Campus News. Wish you all a fantastic Christmas holiday and see you in our next edition.